Welcome to the stream. It's fun seeing Klee talk about the summer event from 2 years ago, because I don't think we will be getting one this year. More on that maybe later. But will Klee have a birthday this year? Maybe not that either. Today we are continuing the main story and potentially finishing the main story of Natlan, if I'm understanding this correctly. A Space and Time for You, Chapter 5, Act 6, The Key That Unlocks Fate. Near the Collective of Plenty, you agree to help Iansan conduct a patrol. However, you stumble upon something completely unexpected. What could be completely unexpected? It's a cat. Also from summer. But 1 year ago? Or was that also 2 years ago? I'm
running late again.
Not so sure. Actually, we are still plenty far away from our goal.
Oh, Tulani and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
I expected to run into you because your name was in the quest description. I decided to try English again. We might switch halfway through if there's too many voices missing.
Oh hey, Coach Yan-san! What are you doing here all by yourself?
But mostly because I wanted to hear this voice. Paimon has a new voice now. That's gonna take some getting used to, because we have been listening to the same one for years now.
Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
Alright, got it. But seriously, what do you take me for? Some coach from hell? I'd never force a student into something they didn't want to do.
No, you are definitely a coach from hell.
That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count.
Rather than training. That sounds more like helping you out.
Yeah, all jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help. The Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we've run out of staff for patrols.
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a workout at the last minute does next to nothing for you. But more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in any of the most popular weight classes, and there's no real competition in my own weight class.
So today is gonna be the training arc.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no! Don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class, and no way is Paimon competing against you.
Yeah, Paimon, you are weightless.
Traveler, let's just help with the patrol, alright? Otherwise, Yan-san's gonna make Paimon enter a bodybuilding competition!
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one look.
Alright, coach. We'll help you out.
Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing strange is going on in the area.
Spoilers. There's probably gonna be something strange going on in the area.
That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement when we're both done.
Sure thing. Just leave it to us. We're experts at strolling and patrolling, don't you worry.
I'm worried.
Hurry up, Grassa!
Hurry up, cat.
Yep.
Finally decided to train up Kirara. I mean, I've been slowly training her up over the years, but finally I found good reason.
Was there always a cave here? We should go take a look, right? Seems like a thing to do on a patrol. Hey, there's a hilichurl here. Is it sleeping? Doesn't look very hostile.
Let's kill it for experience.
Why is it hiding away here? Ah! You woke it up!
Maybe it was you with all your talking. Goodbye.
Huh? It ran away. Oh, yes, our reputation in Natland is more fearsome than we thought. Even hilichurls don't want to mess with us now.
There's something on the ground. It's hay.
That shiny thing? Huh. Must have dropped it as it ran off.
No, I mean the club. Should we debate about that?
Huh. Paimon bets that hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still. What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden.
Recognize it?
Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from?
This is the key to the hibernation chamber on the spaceship. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship?
What space? I thought the sky was fake.
Wait, you mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat?
That's the one.
So, how did that key show up here? Are you sure you didn't just drop it?
No, I still have mine. I've always made sure to keep it safe and sound.
Whoa! Yeah, these look identical. So, if one of them's yours, does that mean the other one is...
There are only two of these. One belongs to me, and the other to my brother.
Knew it! Huh, the keys to a spaceship! Huh, somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien. Oh, wait, no, descender. But anyway, now we know where it came from. The question is, how did it get here?
Maybe that hilichurl took it.
The simplest explanation is that your brother lost his key somewhere not far from here. Then that hilichurl found it and ducked into the nearest cave to hide it.
Or maybe he gave it to it as a gift. And brother just doesn't want to leave anymore.
If that's true, it means your brother was here recently.
And by extension, the Abyss Order was probably here as well.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Anson's patrol on a whim. And now, we've made this bombshell discovery and found a huge lead on your brother. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Anson?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today. Thanks for being so diligent.
Well, Janssen, thanks for taking that choice from us.
Oh, hey, Ian-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were actually just about to go meet up with you. We've made a huge discovery today.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore. The bodybuilding competition has just been cancelled. so the usual squad will be resuming their normal duties. They'll be here to take over shortly.
Any reason why it was cancelled?
Wait, canceled? Why? What happened?
The Abyss Order attacked.
Huh?
Didn't expect our suspicions to be confirmed so quickly. Sounds like Aoife is on the move again. I'll find a way to speak with her in person this time. I have to.
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale. It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation.
We already had a war. Can we not have another?
One little sect versus the entire nation at war? How are they expecting to pull that off? Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows. So, what's different about it this time? What could they be after?
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe, but that doesn't tell us much. Our defenses are holding strong so far, so I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Mawika knows. If there's any information out there, she's the one people report to. Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that the hero of Natlan is on the case.
Well, I'm keen to find out more about the situation, and I can provide some information on the Abyss Order.
Great, then let's head over together.
A space and time for you. And me. And I thought you'd teleport me there. Key to the hibernation chamber. On that ship that traverses the Sea of Stars, there should be only 2 keys belonging to the golden-haired traveling twins.
Mawika!
Oh? Ah, great timing, Eon-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And it's good to see the travelers with you.
How are things looking? What's the latest word from the messengers?
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this is the first we're learning of it.
Can I get an airship again? Or hot air balloon?
Sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
But you do have history with the Abyss itself.
Could it be revenge, perhaps? Would they want to get back at us for our recent victory over the Abyss?
Oh, seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
Everybody's dead. Again.
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned veterans fighting for us.
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their forces, for starters. However, this is still a war, so we must give it our all and do our utmost to minimize casualties. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. If you wish to stay out of it, you'll be safe here at the stadium with me.
You really thought it was a joke. What did you think was a joke? No. This one is personal for me.
Oh? In what way?
The current leader of the Abyss Order is my brother.
Yep, That's how it is.
I see. My goodness, that is very personal indeed.
Can't get much more personal than that.
If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what his goal could be?
That's what I want to know as well.
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, she's been trying to track her brother down and get some answers. But he's been avoiding her.
And he's really good at it.
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are involved.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a spat between the Traveler and Twin could affect the fate of the entire world. Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right?
Absolutely. I might even hate the Abyss Order more than you do.
Well, that's a relief. When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried we were about to be thrust into an impossible position.
My weekend, her sibling also kind of fell out. Or at least one of them. Yeah, true. It's not that similar, but maybe relatable.
Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind. If you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going there to lend them a hand.
Sounds great.
I'll join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word to me right away.
Also, just a fair warning, there is a thunderstorm outside. In case the stream suddenly ends, that's why.
Hurry up, Brassa!
She hurried right through.
Look, it's Eulalie!
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here to reinforce us?
How are things looking? Mawika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Eulalie out of the house.
Same with Jaska. Not a good place for siblings, that Natlan. We should have never come here. The signs had been written all along.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating.
Zitlali, did you also have a sibling? Sister?
I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers or something? The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exactly concentrate on my novel after that, so... well, here I am.
So, that's how they earned the ire of Granny Eatsley, huh?
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
Is that meta commentary?
Hey, she's saying your brother has poor taste.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. If I were him, I'd have changed that name long ago. To what?
Wait, what? Are you saying her brother is a member of the Abyss Order?
It gets worse. He's the leader.
I only said that because I was mad. But maybe I went too far?
Hey, let's save the chat for later. We've got some enemies incoming.
They are so nice and fluffy. We haven't fought these kinds of enemies in a while.
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration. And not a moment too soon. Things were getting awkward there. Luckily, I'll never have to find out just how badly the rest of that conversation was gonna go.
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Seatlolly. Anyway, let's get him!
Everybody pose. awkwardly as nobody continues.
Strike a pose! Get to work!
Mind the side effects.
Headbutt! Charge! Yeah! Yeah! Charge! Right here, please!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Yoo-hoo! Fulfill our pact!
Oh, now with dogs.
Let my name echo in song! Charge! Phew, much better. That's more like it.
Ooh, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcements.
If anyone should be reconsidering, it's the Abyss Order. They picked the wrong target this time.
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking from, we should find their stronghold. Why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base? They won't know what hit them.
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
Nah.
The warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind are here!
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds, so everyone's used to working together. Well, morale's high and everyone's here. Let's go take down that stronghold!
Let's pose even harder.
Show no mercy!
Seems like an emergency.
Oof! Kapow! Hi! Ultimate flying kick! Strike a pose!
Press delivery!
Why me? Heads up!
Forward! Crush them!
Dark light candlesticks, created by believers in the Abyss and Chaos, will constantly absorb nearby characters' elemental energy and convert it into void wards. Destroy these wards as quickly as possible to retrieve the converted elemental energy.
Time to roll!
What is that thing? It's like it's draining the strength right from my body. Find a way to destroy it! The Abyss Order's resistance is faltering. Now's our chance!
Fulfill our pact!
The doctor will see you.
Yoo-hoo! It's justice o'clock!
Big dog remains.
Charge! Warriors, attack! After them! Why me?
Time to shine! Shower me with praise!
Headbutt! You must be the boss here. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the Masters of the Nightwind!
All who resist the Abyss will pay the price!
Justice o'clock! Yeah!
You're not looking so good
Charge! Yeah!
for having such big words.
Suffer the wrath of Eatsley! Hero incoming! Yeah! Headbutt!
Abyss shall wrap.
This stronghold is neutralized. Good work, everyone.
Don't think the Abyss will rise again so soon.
The Abyss Order's all bark and no bite.
To be honest, this was anticlimactic. I was hoping for a personal apology at the very least. And ideally, a whole speech acknowledging the superior might of the Masters of the Nightwind.
They can't really apologize if you blow them up.
Well, whatever. I'll just have to make up for it with some extra wine at the victory feast.
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being. But still, something tells me we can't afford to let our guard down yet. Maybe it's just me, But an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold at all costs. The fighting gets more and more intense right till the bitter end. But this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of the enemies here gave up and fled the moment that... well, I don't know, but it seemed like they sensed something.
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures. It seems out of character to cut their losses and run like that.
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
So we are no wiser as to the Abyss Order's objective. Back to square one. If I could only get Aoife to talk to me, I could get answers for all of us. I'm heading back to the Collective of Plenty. That key is our only lead so far.
Paimon had a hunch you might say that. But you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling, maybe we can end this war before things get serious. And maybe you can finally get some answers.
Maybe we can have a dog sniff it and race it back to its owner.
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still debating whether to invite you to the first victory feast.
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
Oh, you teleported me right back here. How convenient.
Time to roll!
So, let's not climb the mountain this time. I think this is probably the easier way. Except, we're getting stuck. Dog sniffs it, goes through space.
And we're back where we started. That Hilichurl probably found the key nearby, right? Let's look around for clues. There's no time to waste. Beyonsan and Lolly are waiting for us.
And the feast.
Oh, we've scoured the entire area, but still nothing. How the heck did the key end up in that Hilichurl's hands?
Have you analyzed this symbol? Perhaps.
Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out of your brother's pocket as he passed by?
He was always the clumsy sort.
Seems kinda ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But then again, who knows? Sometimes in life, things just go missing and that's that.
Oh, thank goodness! Someone's here. Please help me!
Why, hello.
Huh? Who are you? What happened?
No, now isn't the time. Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
For a second I thought she had the same flowers in her hair as me. You've come to the right person, but where are the monsters you speak of?
Yeah, where are they? Paimon doesn't see any monsters behind you.
Why don't you look like a standard model?
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. They're almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
We're not. We're completely serious. We don't see any monsters.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
I really don't... Where do you intend to run to?
What's wrong with that girl? She must be seeing things.
She must also be feeling things.
Oh no! It looks like something really hit her. Maybe she was right. Quick, let's see if she's okay. What's wrong? Are you hurt? What was that?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here. It's too dangerous.
Let me help you up first. Invisible monsters from space. Invisible dogs. Suddenly, I can see them. Let's ask them to sniff that thing so they can lead us to my brother.
Huh? Oh, now you finally see them. Well, it's about time. I nearly kicked the bucket just now.
You also have special eyes. I'm sorry, I'll take care of them now.
Great! Thank you, Savior.
Savior?
How many dogs will I have to fight today?
The doctor was seeing that.
That's that. Yeah! It's justice o'clock. Yeah!
You done? Paimon still can't see anything, so she can't tell.
Probably looked really funny to see us fight nothing.
You just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kinda funny, actually.
I don't know what's going on either, but I could see them once I held her hand. I knew hand-holding was always the evil.
Oh, really?
Let's try it one more time. I want to check that I got all the monsters.
Sure.
Diamond eyes. What's wrong?
It's nothing. It's okay. I can see they're all gone now. No need for you to check. I didn't think much of it when the monsters were breathing down our necks, but now that I've calmed down, holding hands with you like this, I'm just a little shy, that's all.
Well, can't take it back. Didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Huh? Have you never shaken hands with someone before? You sure get flustered easily.
Well, anyway, I haven't had the chance to introduce myself yet. I'm Deirdith. Thanks for, saving me just now. I'm really grateful for your help.
No worries. Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. With her around, you'll be safe from any monsters. As long as they're visible.
Can't unhold hands. Cannot compute.
So, what was the deal with those monsters just now anyway?
It's just dogs.
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you couldn't, I thought you were making fun of me.
Whoa! That must have been scary. The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters?
That would have made us more monstrous than the monsters.
Don't worry, we aren't like that. When we say we can't see something, it's because we really can't see it. But more importantly, did the monsters hurt you? How bad is it?
Are you bleeding out?
It's nothing serious. But I did sprain my ankle back there. I won't be doing any more running for a while.
There's a cave nearby. Why don't we rest there for now?
Good idea. We'll take you.
What was that in the corner? Probably nothing.
Thank you so much. Despite getting injured, I still feel much safer with you around.
So we had Hilichurls turning into people or the other way around. Are you that Hilichurl? How do you feel about holding that club? Does it feel familiar?
I'm gonna stay here until I heal up. Don't want to risk running into any more monsters.
Yeah, You already took a big enough risk coming out here all on your own. So, where are you from, Deirdith?
A small village, far away from here. I walked for what seemed like forever and lost my way, so... yeah, I have no idea where I am anymore. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No one said finding the savior is gonna be easy.
Well, apparently you did.
Huh. That's the second time you called the traveler a savior. What's all that about?
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was caught off guard. The resemblance is so uncanny.
Oh, that's bad. If you think my brother is the savior.
Anyway, let me start from the beginning. There was once a sage who passed through my village. People got the sense that she was truly omniscient. The sage said that doomsday was coming. But as that day approached, a savior would reveal themselves to us. The day of disaster is almost upon us, so my grandmother begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late.
Doomsday?
I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. The description is practically etched into my mind. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind's eye all these years suddenly came to life. Everything matched.
Oh, okay. You might not be looking for my brother. You might just be looking for blonde.
Oh, so that's why you were lost for words when you first saw her. Well, the Traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior, and she's already got a ton of titles, so she won't mind one extra.
Actually, I don't think it's her.
Okay, it's my brother after all.
What? But didn't you say that everything matched?
Yeah, but I'm looking for a boy.
Everything except the gender. The savior was described as a young man.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a savior? Really?
I think I know who it is. There's someone out there who matches all the requirements.
Oh, of course. If it's not you, then it's gotta be him.
Who? Who is it?
My brother.
You have a brother? Well, then that's it. Oh, it's him. It has to be. Oh, thank goodness.
Too bad, but I also don't know where he is, though.
Please, can you take me to see him?
Huh. Maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends if we can find him.
Huh? But isn't he your brother?
We have this kind of thing where we don't see each other for a while.
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back to the fallout between you two. It wasn't on purpose, but that's the reality, so it's hard to avoid.
Okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for him anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together.
Have you always believed that doomsday will come? Have you always believed that the savior will come?
Yes. Everyone says that the disaster is inevitable.
Oh no, fire. It's strange that we always have a pointer on the map if we search for someone, but never her brother. Yeah, we don't know what he smells like.
But the savior will rescue us all from our pain and suffering. I've always dreamed of meeting the savior.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched.
I'm rather not buying that my brother is the savior. She spoke with conviction. I don't think she's lying. Maybe it's another lie spread by the Abyss Order.
contact. Sure sign of a guilty conscience. Time to press her for answers. What's wrong, Deirdis? Something's clearly bothering you. You want to tell us what's going through your mind?
Oh, I just, how should I put it? The Traveler looks just like the savior of my dreams. And it's not every day that the savior of your dreams swoops in and saves the day in your moment of crisis.
Did you fall in love?
So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all. 3 seconds of unbroken eye contact is the limit. I don't think my mind and body can handle any more than that.
We even held hands already.
What do you mean, limit? What happens after 3 seconds?
More hand holding. How am I supposed to respond to that?
I'm sorry. Please forget that I said anything. Let's just leave it there for now. Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move again.
You do know this is a hilly troll cave? The hilly troll might just come back.
If you manage to find the savior in the meantime, please come and let me know. Thank you.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own? Do you have enough to eat?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm sure I'll find something around here. Don't worry about that.
I'll take that club on the floor and beat something to death and eat it.
Alright then. Well, take care. Being on your own isn't easy. What a mysterious girl. We should definitely keep an eye on her. But hey, at least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she's gonna help look for your brother when she's healed.
I think liking me is saying it easy.
Anyway, this is probably all the progress we're gonna make for now. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind and see if they need our help.
At the feast.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need some time to myself.
Ah, so I was right. I did see one of you guys. May as well chase you to your goal. While I'm here.
Hurry up, Grassa!
Where? How?
Time to roll!
Oh.
Hurry up, Grassa!
Even got an achievement out of it.
So shiny!
Probably for getting a specific amount of these. Yeah, follow 9 of them. But hey, 93% completion in this area. Not bad.
Oh, you're back! How did it go? Find anything?
You will never believe what we found.
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
So I take it that the war's still on?
Yes, unfortunately.
That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seemed to be at a standstill while you were gone.
That's weird and suspicious.
The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us, and since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. the guards have been keeping watch around the clock. But for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Yan-san.
Well, since you asked, this is technically my sibling's fault, so...
Great. Thanks, you two.
Surely I wouldn't do it if it wasn't his fault.
Wow, Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though.
Yeah, sorry, I don't... Of course I do.
You do? Then it's truly an honor to serve alongside you once more.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy.
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Like, something looking like almost me walking around.
Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's part of their religion or something. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Huh. Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
It seems suspicious, though. Could this be related to their true objective? Are they summoning something?
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want.
That's very nice of you. To the enemy.
Besides, as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
True objective. Reach Nirvana.
Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, Traveler.
Besides, as soon as everything's in place...
Okay. No reason to talk to anyone a second time. You found your way.
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll show up soon.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet?
Yes, with hand holding.
I wasn't. I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a Traveler, huh?
Smug.
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This is the chapter where everybody falls in love with me.
How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad? Or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions. Relax.
All right then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
What Paimon guess? An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How can you be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time? Huh. Paimon's starting to think your nervousness is all just an act.
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
Let me put you in the hospital.
But I am still on patrol, so please, great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just a few minutes?
Oh, for a second I thought you were gonna battle Paimon.
Ugh, again with with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
I think it's a fair request. What are you waiting for? Bring it on. Autograph on a
Obviously,
face
I never
with a
expected
fist.
to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us.
Maybe even with a sword carved into his cheek.
I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Hermione for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Oh, Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the Traveler. What gives?
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Because that's key. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Yan-san.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Yes. Chanting Abyss Mages.
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentaro.
Ignore Paimon. He wasn't the problem.
Traveler? You're back already? And no one thought to wake me up, huh?
Here's the next person that loves me.
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless, what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does it mean anything to you, St. Lolly?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
That's surely fine.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still.
We should probably stop them.
It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Actually, since you're here, Sidlali, I might as well ask one more question.
Oh? Sure, what is it?
Have you ever heard of monsters that are only visible to certain people?
Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche? Or extreme negativity embodied in physical form? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the...
In the what, Citlali?
Alright, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge? Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old!
I agree. It's hard to say what it was for sure.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
Are you jealous?
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Or maybe the Abyss Order is good. Even with that name.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
You think she's a spy? Or some kind of weapon? Or a hilichurl?
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
She is probably dead by now.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
Are we just gonna go back and forth between her and you guys? Might as well. Seems she seems to trust me after all.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
Not teleporting me back there this time.
Why holding hands? Why that specifically? Why not literally anything else?
Would you prefer if I kissed her?
I'm not normally so suspicious of strangers, but at times like this, the safety of the tribes has to come first.
Hard to fight while kissing. We can make it work.
Running late again. What? Why me?
Oh, it does not recharge that quick, but it's fine.
Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right?
Nope.
Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
Let's stay quiet and move in carefully.
Traveler, watch out!
She did pick up the club. She's not very good at it, but she tried. Shoot, maybe Deridiv really is a hilly troll.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me.
That's debatable.
Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
I'm glad Chekhov's club still got into play. If I thought it would hurt, I would have tried to dodge, and somehow it still hurt less than I expected.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walk into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
People don't starve that quickly. You could have eaten the hay.
Oh, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero.
But I'm not.
She already saved my life once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know?
Could she really just be an injured civilian?
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
I have lots of food with me. You're unbelievable. Sure, I know just the recipe. Only takes an hour and a half.
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now too. Go on then. You can join us for dinner.
Hello, Moon.
I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
No trouble at all. That's 2 favors you owe me now. Hope you're keeping count.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdre. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
That way of eating just further makes me think she is a hilly child. Instant noodles, hour and a half to cook. Yes.
It's so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
But she thought she was gonna starve to death. Time probably passed unbearably slowly.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
Spoilers. No. Wait, how would she think that? Does she know about the false sky? We haven't really heard about that since Sumeru. And only Nahida and us should know about it, right?
But my grandma would tell me the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them, that little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world. And that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with a traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
That seems kind of right, but also not really.
I really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior. But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
And so you left.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Beyond the stars.
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Nah, that would never happen. The developers know as well that this is a skybox, yeah.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing, so I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? It's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
The more we chat, the more convinced I am that she's not a bad person. But it doesn't sound like she's being brainwashed by the Abyss Order. Maybe we can afford to trust her?
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Time to hold hands.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
In that case, guess we gotta try that trick again.
Can you see them now?
Yeah, stay back. I'll handle them.
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
I really hope by the end of this journey we get a traveler that can just use all of her powers.
Right here, please.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Oof! Kapow! Hero incoming! Headbutt!
Big boy.
Mind the side effects.
Charge! Yeah! Look out below! It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Kapow!
Oh. We're not done, huh?
The doctor will see you now. Coming through! Good. Hi! Headbutt! Kapow! Charge! Huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them? Oh, Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air.
I would hope that's not something you need to get used to.
You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
Alright. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, traveler?
Well, it's dark and it's raining and I kinda don't wanna go anywhere else, so... Personally satisfied that Diridiv isn't a threat, but it can't hurt to monitor her for another night. It's our fate to stay at night.
Alright. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
A vivid dreams fills our mind. Maybe too vivid. This is the Night Kingdom. Oh, hi! Aoife, and the Lord of the Night. My head, it hurts. My headache is gone. I think I hear a voice in the darkness.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky.
And dogs and robots.
Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
That dream I just had. More hand holding. I guess that may have been her dream.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Was she holding my hand?
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
So was Aoife holding one of her flowers? Or one of our flowers?
Oh, is that right? Huh. You better not be trying to pull a fast one on the traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it?
I still can't remember anything. What did I see in my dream just now? I think I saw Aoife in the Night Kingdom at the very start of the dream, but I can't remember what happened next. Never mind, if the memory is gone, I can't force myself to remember it. I'm gonna go back to sleep. We can catch up tomorrow morning.
No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
Oh, do I really seem that shady to you?
Getting more shady by the time.
Well, Deirdith, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Did it have the red pistol? Yeah, then it was ours.
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me.
I forget the significance of the flower, but it is very important, right?
3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdith.
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address. How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
Hold on. I think I see something over there. More hold on. She doesn't know Mavuika. She's definitely not from Nutland, then. Abyss mages.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
Ah. So you can see those.
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
Wait a second.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters.
I bet the tried and tested method will allow you to see them.
You're right. I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
We are kinda disjointed on a very substantial level.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdith? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes.
Are you from a world where the hero is my brother?
Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
Yeah, they weren't even worth a real fight.
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
Believe me, I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there are also monsters which I can see, but Deirdith can't.
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something went down on the front line. Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away.
Are we taking her?
We gotta go. Bye for now, Deirdith.
We're not taking her.
See ya, and please take care.
A space and time without you. Oh yeah, I wanted to check. Do we have one of those flowers in our inventory? No, that's different flowers. Probably not. All kinds of stuff, but not that.
the Abyss Order just now. Has something happened at the front?
The front line has collapsed.
Huh? But how?
Did the Abyss Order send in reinforcements?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
Feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
Did we unleash the Pyro Archon's might on them?
No, we're still mustering troops, nowhere near ready to go on the offensive. So at first, I was also confused about what exactly happened out there. But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time.
What did he see?
One person. Just a single individual. They stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance, cutting them down like paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power and fought with a sword style that no one recognized. The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, the enemy was decimated.
Alright, I got it. I think I know what happened.
I'm only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent. But still, we have to identify this person. And assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them. Clearly they're a force to be reckoned with, so we don't want to come across as too weak or too hostile. It's quite a diplomatic conundrum.
You don't need to sweat it, Eon-san. From your description, we're already pretty confident that we know this person. Honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
Yeah, who else could it be? He never misses an occasion like this.
Dainsleif.
Haven't seen him in a while. Also, something else. Anything about flowers? Lots of abouts. About being sisters. About slimes, about hillychorns, about sleepers. Clipstripe. Weight gain. Very important.
Wow, we've really had a lot of good food recently, haven't we? You know what they say, have food will travel.
Won't you be unable to fly if you get fat?
Nope, Paimon never gets fat.
Huh.
So Paimon demands more food.
Ever eating, but never growing. Don't you fail as emergency rations then?
Yeah. Well, it sure doesn't look like you have any other candidates, so you'll have to make do with Paimon.
Haven't heard emergency food in a long while. Oh, there's so many things I never listened to.
Sino's super into that card game, Genius Invocation TCG, isn't he? Doesn't it seem kind of weird for the General Mahamatra to be into playing cards?
Well, not when you consider his hairstyle.
Huh? What has his hairstyle got to do with it?
You know, when you're playing a card game, the fancier your hairstyle, the more distracting it is for your opponent. What's going on with this guy? How did he manage to shape his hair like that? When your opponent's mind is consumed with thoughts like this, you'll quickly gain the upper hand.
Really? Then we better think twice before playing against him.
I don't know. I think I might just have an advantage over him.
But you don't have a fancy hairstyle at all, and your clothes look pretty normal too.
But I do have Paimon. What's up with her? And what's that pesky flying companion of hers up to?
As long as Paimon is floating by my side, Sino's mind will be consumed with thoughts like this. I, on the other hand, would be completely unfazed by his hairstyle, so I'd be able to focus, and victory would be mine.
Forget it. If you want to play cards, go get a funny haircut.
Great. But didn't see anything about flowers.
Gotta steer clear of other people.
Well, he showed up. And his voice actor did not show up. Were you waiting for me?
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Ian-san. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Dainsleif. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is fortunate to share a common enemy with such a mighty warrior as yourself.
No need to thank me. I hunt the Abyss Order for my own reasons.
Please don't mind him, Ian-san. He always talks like that, but he's a pretty nice guy deep down.
Maybe he's the hero of that girl. He's also blonde and male. You know, didn't think about that. But maybe he's not young enough. I think she did say a young boy.
It's quite alright. Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make his acquaintance.
But also, diamond-shaped eyes.
Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now. Take your time.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? Since this war isn't exactly over. See you later, Ian-san! Hey, Dane. Would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend.
Ian-san, yes, I will remember the name, but I will not invest more emotion than is necessary when dealing with the citizens of the Seven. It is a matter of principle for me. Fine, since you helped break the stalemate, we'll let you off the hook.
Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example?
Never before have I seen the Abyss Order take action on such a large scale. Taken at face value, it seems highly illogical. In a war with the Natlanese, the odds are stacked firmly against them. They surely cannot be unaware of this. Their true goal must be a deeper one.
We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are.
I've been on the case for some time. Even captured and interrogated several Abyss Order members. Yet still, I'm none the wiser. I can only assume they have gone to great lengths to keep their real operations a secret. I have a bad feeling about this. The Abyss Order is wasting a lot of its forces attacking Natlan, so whatever they stand to gain must hold enormous value to them. Maybe they are looking for the thing we found at the beginning. Like maybe he really just lost it. Passing through here, and now they are looking all over for it.
What do you think we should do?
Since we lack actionable intelligence, for now we might as well continue focus on the fighting. Leave them to their secret plots. If they are so willing to sacrifice manpower for it, I intend to make that sacrifice greater and more painful than they could ever have anticipated. If we use this opportunity correctly, I believe we can eliminate the vast majority of the Abyss Order's forces. They'll never be able to mount such a large campaign ever again. That outcome is well worth our time. And the sooner we can do that, the better. That's right. The ideal scenario would be to destroy them before they can reach their goal.
Paimon gets it. Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right?
Right.
Wow, okay. A rare, candid response from Dane.
Sounds like Dane's one-man attack on the enemy front has put him in a good mood. What about you? Any news to share from your end?
Well, actually, we found her brother's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. He must have lost it.
So he is here in person. Unsurprising, given the scale of this operation.
Oh, and there's more! After finding the key, we also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a load of monsters, but she couldn't. She also said she was on a journey to find the Savior. Her description of this Savior matched the Traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably her brother.
Hold on. That girl called him the Savior.
Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane?
The last time I heard that term was before the Cataclysm. And not just that. It referred to your brother then, too. But who would still believe in the myth of the Savior when the Cataclysm has already taken place? It makes no sense. That term has been around even before the Cataclysm. Is she a time traveler?
Wait, wasn't her brother called the Prince, though? Where did this Savior thing come from?
Well, when he was first granted the title of Prince, the Vinster King and the entire court of Khaenri'ah set about loudly proclaiming the might that he would bring to the nation. They made it sound as if with him there, all pain and suffering would be washed away, and the future of Khaenri'ah would be brighter than anyone could imagine. The Savior was the celebratory title given to the prince by those who believed this rhetoric. Of course, you know how that story ended. In hindsight, the cruel irony is glaring. All that title really stood for was the Vinster King's lust for power.
Sounds like the people of Khaenri'ah really believed in him.
Is that why Aoife is so determined to revive the homeland? Because he thinks he's failed as the Khaenri'ah's savior? But that certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. As for the girl you met, allow me to offer some speculation. I suspect she is descended from pure-blood Khaenri'ahs afflicted with the curse of immortality. They must have resettled somewhere remote, cut off from the rest of the world. That would explain how her people retained their ancient beliefs, including the myth of the golden-haired savior.
Ah, Paimon gets it now. So, a bit like Kaya, except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation.
If you can't provide us with any more valuable intelligence, I suggest we shift our attention back to the Abyss Order.
Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be tired after all that fighting today.
I will consider it, but we must discuss our next steps first thing tomorrow morning. We can't give the Abyss Order any time to regroup. Oh, guess we wait. Maybe they live on the sky since it's fake. That would be fun. But I don't think it would fit together with the things she said about the sky.
Hurry up, Grassa!
No, we can't give them that much time.
Is that Dane and Eon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine. Morning! What are you guys talking about?
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan. After their front lines dissolved, the bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like their kind of place. Hey, this is great! This could be our chance to crush the Abyss Order once and for all! And with any luck, maybe we'll find your brother there too!
Yep, our army is almost ready, and we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon.
I beg to differ. This is wasting time. Dane, never a friend of the Archons. You have the intel you need, so act on it. Every second you delay only increases the Abyss Order's odds of survival.
I've already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but an immediate strike is not on the cards for us.
Very well. Then I will go there alone. Thank you for the intel, Jansen.
You're gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible. Just wait a tiny bit longer and you'll have a whole army going with you.
It's all right. I support your decision, Mr. Dainsleif.
Can at least we go with you?
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking sense into him?
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order on his own. And even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements. Mr. Dainsleif, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you. Why are you looking at me like that?
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler.
Alright, fine, I'm coming.
Oh, for a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone. And then he called his own bluff.
The Cinder City. I wonder if you need to do the whole quest chain here on this mountain before you are allowed to do this. Assault the Abyss Order stronghold.
Mind the side effects.
Of assaulting the Abyss Order stronghold. Oh, that's our domain this time.
Is this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlan?
All these years, the Abyss Order has managed to either stay hidden or fiercely defend their position. This may be the first chance I've ever had to finally make a serious dent in their forces. Which reminds me, once the fighting starts, I can't promise I'll be able to have your back at a moment's notice. But if you run into any Abyss-powered mechanisms, feel free to leave them to me. I'll take care of them when we can. When I can.
It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your brother again, even
In this battle, Dainslev will show you the might of the Twilight Sword. Oh, we have him in the team. Summon him to clear out the obstructions that bar your path. The swordsmanship Dainslev has mastered as the Kandrian Court Guard captain allows him to easily espy the weakness in opposing elemental wards. His long war against the Abyss has made him highly cognizant of their weaknesses, allowing him to also destroy their void wards. Okay, I don't think he's an actual team member. He's more like a summon.
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard.
Yeah, okay.
Weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right.
He's a summon on a timer.
Importantly, you have to keep the fruit in a good mood.
No, party is fine. Well, he's doing a good job.
Look out below! Hey! Stop! Yeah! Yeah! Kapow! Service with a smile!
This is nothing.
Strike a pose! Let the world come alive! Hero incoming! Yeah! Charge! Yeah! Headbutt! Charge! Yeah! Kapow! This is a very different battle from the one we fought with the Ansan. No one's backing down! They're fighting back with everything they have!
Given the construction of the headquarters and the tactics they are using, I suspect they never intended to survive this battle. Suits me.
Behold the abyss.
Taking a turn for the better.
Step back! Boost! Hut! Maximum power! It's justice o'clock! Hut! Hi! Heads up!
My holy proclamation.
Ow, ow, ow!
The truth shall endure.
Cheap tricks.
Shower me with praise! Why me? Look out below! Maximum power! Hero incoming! Dip, yeah! Kapow! Yeah! Charge! Hero incoming! The doctor will see you now. Sign here, please. Hi.
Days, the relentless specter that haunts us. The abyss is all present. To flee is futile. To resist it, vain.
Oh. Didn't pay attention for just a moment.
Mind the side effects.
Strike a pose. Let my name echo in song.
Or better said, I was paying attention, but not to the fighting.
It's justice o'clock. Hero incoming.
Hans got a frigid glare and Alter the Corrupt. I really should be watching the battle. Because now I can't revive her for like 100 seconds. We've reached the end, but still no trace of your brother, so who's calling the shots here?
The doctor will see you now.
Their names exist so that I lose, yeah. Not even that revives, huh? Too bad. Should I wait for 40 seconds and then get blasted? Surely this cutscene will take 40 seconds.
Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
Which was Baptist, Wordsworth of Heaven's End. What a name and title. It is indeed. I will take every opportunity to hunt you down to the last man.
So where's the Traveler's brother then? Or is this guy supposed to be in charge here?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak?
Your riddles tire me. The overwhelming advantage is ours, at least for the moment. You know what that means for you. I'd like to see what makes you believe you've already won. For that, can you still turn the tide of this war?
Then allow me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our prince has already won by other means.
Frank is a much better name.
And I do not merely mean this battle. No. His Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled.
The Abyss Order's greatest wish? Does that mean...
Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction. And then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Khaenri'ah.
What? He used the Loom of Fate? Wait, does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Nightwind was all a smokescreen to give him some cover? Oh no! This makes too much sense.
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years, and begin their lives anew in a Khaenri'ah restored to life.
What a load of drivel. Your falsehoods are riddled with flaws. My ears tire of your tedium. Isn't there more to reviving a homeland than just reweaving its ley lines?
Right! You still need a few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just re-wove. Plus, if it was really so easy, Moika and the captain would have had a way easier time during the war.
I have one simple question. If Khaenri'ah has indeed been revived, as you claim, then where is it?
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
Anything amiss? Are there signs that I could have missed?
I sense something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still.
Did they create it in some parallel universe? And that's why some monsters are not really there or not really not there?
It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
I also vaguely remember seeing Aoife in the Night Kingdom facing the Lord of the Night. Wait, that's not all. There were other signs as well. Oh good, we are doing this again. Which of these events is proof that Canria has been revived? I can't see monsters at the same time as Diridif. I couldn't see the monsters that Diridif could see, and she couldn't see the ones I could. I could only see the monsters in each other's sight after making a physical contact. The meditation of the Abyss Order's followers. According to a guard stationed near the Masters of the Nightwind, many members of the Abyss Order were seen idling around during the lull in the conflict, even settling down to meditate. The Abyss Order chose to retreat from the stronghold. The Abyss Order retreated when we attacked their stronghold with Yansan and Sidlali. This isn't their usual style. Assuming he's right, then another possibility arises. Maybe I am in a different time and space from Diridif. If she is Canrian, like Dane suspects, then that means this revived Canria that he speaks of might actually exist. And despite hailing from that separate time and space, Diridif has found a way to communicate with us. Whatever may be going through your mind right now, do not trust it. I urge you not to believe his lies. The notion that Canria has been revived is preposterous. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to entertain it. There is only one thing that should demand our attention in this instant, and that is silencing this man for good. Oh hey, you did just heal Varese.
Give in to the embrace of the abyss and be baptized.
Shower me with threat! Oh!
What? Why me? Oof!
Hey! Kapow!
You battled in vain.
Seems like an emergency.
The Abyss Order's mission.
Time to shine! Strike a pose! Headbutt!
My body is failing.
Charge!
I will not bring shame to the name of the Abyss.
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan, but somehow, that didn't feel satisfying at all.
Yeah, that was too easy.
Are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
Diridif is the only potential lead we have. I think we should at least talk to her about all this. I understand. You think she might be from the revived Canria, yes? I have said my piece. I doubt Canria could be revived so easily. But if it will give you some peace of mind, you should talk to her and test your theory. I will stay here and do some post-battle cleanup. Perhaps there are some clues left to be found. Found a clue! Someone's lending you a hand. Thought your voice and attitude seemed familiar. My mistake. Should have made sure you were dead earlier. The curse of immortality has struck you too then, Hayden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master. Don't forget, Dainsleif. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade.
Which of your 4 arms?
But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade.
Oh, it's teacher. Ha, your arrogance and malice cost you all of my respect long ago.
Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other.
Speak for yourself. I intend to kill you 100 times over. And then he did. They do both have the same Starry Night cape.
Have you finally had enough? You weren't joking then, huh? Never, in all my worst nightmares, have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, there's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone.
But it's fun though. It was just for your actions in the Abyss Order. If I took into account what you did in Canria, you'd soon find out how much darker your nightmares can become.
All right, I believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps? Chat a little. Hmm? What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on.
Never thought you'd side with the Abyss Order, Hayden. You could have easily blamed the prince for his betrayal.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them, but he was nowhere to be found. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within him had been divided up. Yet we still despaired at his choice to leave us. Still, I believe that everything he's doing now, including his regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in his heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods.
I suppose you have changed a lot over the past 500 years. Otherwise, I'd have never expected you to forgive him. Had you been so generous during your time at the Knight Academy as my instructor in Black Serpent Bladework, I might not have come to loathe you so much.
Is that so?
All my good deeds were clearly in the spirit of the Academy's code of chivalry, yet I received corporal punishment for being restless and brash. And as much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my co-student, Surta Logi, was prosecuted for following the spirit of knighthood. He even lost limbs over it. There's little point discussing it now, of course, but all of this was your doing, wasn't it, Hayden? You wore a mask of benevolence as you viciously suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. What? Too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore. Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it. Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Khaenri'ah we once called home.
No wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Khaenri'ah we once called home.
You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age?
I'm not interested. I have neither the time nor the sympathy. When the camera zoomed in on his face, I expected it to do one of those picture book moments, but no.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient, as long as the loom of fate heard what I could not.
The loom of fate. What have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp to be fooled by me. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving is not yet complete. Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Khaenri'ah's ley lines as they were 500 years ago, we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Khaenri'ah from that age.
Did you need Dainsleif's memories?
The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories. And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even though fragments are all that remain in most cases, the more we all share, the more that can be restored.
So the Loom of Fate is running as we speak, and the so-called meditation your members have been performing, its purpose was to supply the Loom with memories, wasn't it?
Indeed. We are people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future. Will weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking. What a shame it had to take this long. After 500 years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken.
So that's where I'm supposed to come in. You look for assistance from your mortal enemy, who has sworn to hunt you down.
Precisely. For you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition.
And by coming to Natlan, country of bad siblinghood, surely you will give that ring to me.
Of course. Your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most. We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army as bait.
So this was your true goal, to lure me here, guide me into a state of meditation, and access my memories. So be it. A few of my fading memories for your entire army. That strikes me as a fair trade. I appreciate your generosity. You are gambling everything you have on the Loom of Fate. This could be a costly mistake for you in the long run.
Perhaps, but that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the Loom of Fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete!
Enough about your beloved leader. You said you would pay any price for my memories, did you not? In that case, prepare to be slain another 100 times for your deception. I hope it was worth it. He's fine with that. Meanwhile, in happier places,
A bitter pill to swallow.
Hurry up, Grassa! It's Judith! Great! She's still here!
Mind the side effects.
Eurydice, are you okay? Did something happen? I see. I don't think I wanted to see. What is this? Could this be the cataclysm? The end of the world? Again? Is this where Diridiff is right now? So she really is.
We're not from the same world, are we?
No, I come from your future.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to end. In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland?
It's gonna be fine.
No, wait. Don't answer that. We can only fight for our future if the future is unknown. I still believe the Savior can turn things around. I'll carry on looking for him, even if you're not there to protect me. Although, in a way, I've already found my savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place. Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your brother. Surely he must be desperate to find you too. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met? That way, when I do find him, I can convince him that you're also searching for him.
Memento. One of my flowers. Oh. Really? That? Wait.
Huh? What is it?
She is that Hilicho. If this is the future, if this is her fate. Choices! I'm gonna keep the key and not let her have it in the future. I'm gonna change the future. Why, hello there. So that's what happened. Istaroth, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. None of the siblings have voice actors, but they said they will be back in the next version. They just failed to come back for this one. Where it matters! There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Aoife, you knew all of this? You knew of all this? I knew only the ending. I've always been curious about the events that led to it. When the cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Prince of Kanoria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Diridiff, she found me. The irony was that even as she desperately begged me to save the world, she brought me news of you. I was stunned. and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me. But then, she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. So, she actually did it. We'd been separated ever since I awakened in Teyvat. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. And then, she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Canria was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I'd regret my decision for the rest of my days. He also had choices that matter. So I steeled myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. And then? But when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. You are saying 3 keys existed simultaneously in that moment. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now, an intersection in our memories. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Istarov? Iridif succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately, it is versions of us 500 years apart. She hoped that the Savior would rescue Canria, save the entire world, but instead the news she brought led the Savior to make the complete opposite decision. How awful. Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Has Canria really been revived? Have you done what you set out to do? Not yet. But I've taken a very important step. Now the ley lines of Canria are complete. I'd always thought that Teyvat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added, and existing ones cannot be replaced. But then, I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule. It has intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to feign an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom cannot host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. The Lord of the Night did say before that even she can only reconstruct Natlan's ley lines. It's probably for the same reason. Still, I received the Lord of the Night's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Using an Intevat as the base, that's the flower, I was able to grow a realm based on the Canria of 500 years ago, superimposing it over present-day Natlan space-time. Oh yeah, the Intevat is a flower that bloomed in Canria. Right, that's the whole point of it. That superimposition is what allowed you and Iridif to cross paths. That's what I saw in my dream. He's not lying about that, at least, but what I don't understand is, Why did the Lord of the Night agree to this? After that, the new Khaenri'ah was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Order's members in their meditation sessions. With those memories as raw materials and the superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate finally finished its work. What I now hold in my hand is the Atlas of the New World. Looks important. Can I take a look? This is the product of the Loom of Fate, holding within it the entire network of new Khaenri'ah's ley lines. With this, the nation once known as Khaenri'ah can rise again. Looks like test tubes. To me it looked more like Byakuren's scroll. I want to see it unfurled. One day, I will find a suitable host location for it. Why? Why is reviving Khaenri'ah so important to you? I don't understand. Is it really just because of guilt? When I first arrived in Khaenri'ah, 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as their prince for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What? Your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Khaenri'ah. I still see it as my second home. That is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me. But even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. I know you always want to change fate. We both do. But this time, I won't let you succeed. I cannot miss the chance to reunite with you 500 years in the past, no matter what. I don't know why. The way you are talking, it just doesn't sound like you at all. Aoife, this whole thing, your plan, what does it have to do with us? All along, it's only ever been about us. Goodbye, Lumina. We'll begin anew at the end of your journey. He did not unfurl it.
Our hero is back! Everyone's been waiting for you! The Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainsliff's, of course. What's wrong? You look upset.
Paimon Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world.
Or time, or space.
Paimon was looking all over for her, and then she suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot. But looking a lot more glum.
It's fine. I need some time to take everything in.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your brother? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
Maybe Li Huan should also just get really drunk.
Huh? You met your brother?
I did. We had a long talk, spanning 500 years.
And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, alright?
What your brother accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
That caught me off guard too. I would never have expected that.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated. During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your brother's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
Maybe you are of the same weight class after all.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Huh.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war! Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate.
I think Sidlali shouldn't drink anymore.
I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about. Don't you agree, Traveler?
You've got a point. I still feel like a mess though.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Verissa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
I'm sorry, but there's somewhere else I want to go first.
Huh?
Goodbye.
Ian-san, leave her be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Traveler?
Back to the cave. It really is a back and forth between these two places.
Get back on track.
But hey, I'm still shocked that I was correct about her being that Hilichurl. It's Paimon. Surely, it's Paimon. Space and time for you. Let's hold hands with the Hilichurl if it arrives. That sounds like a good thing to do. Well, that was a good story. We still have a little bit of time. There's something that feels like a new mode in the game. I didn't really look into it at all, but it did add a new quest to my quest list. So maybe let's see what that's about. Meow, 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 meow. No, not that. Tumult Subduer. The Adventurers Guild has reported strange activities in Liyue's Salteray, and the Millelith have sealed the area off, sensing danger. You and Paimon decide to head over to investigate. "10 kilometers? Whoa!
Yeah. Something's definitely off here. Look at all that spooky smoke around the ley line deposit over there. Could that be where the monsters are coming from? Looks like the Millelith have set up camp to deal with this. There's soldiers and fortifications everywhere.
They're getting awfully close to that thing. That deposit looks familiar. We'd best stay on our guard and prepare for a fight.
Yeah, let's fight side by side with the Millelith and send those monsters packing. Just like old times. Then, we can focus on what to do about that weird deposit.
It's just those new energy-efficient light bulbs.
Halt, you two. There's danger up ahead. I'll have to ask you to turn back. No, wait. I think I recognize you. Are you Sergeant Traveler?
Sergeant Traveler.
Sergeant? What the heck? Have you been doing night shifts in the Millelith while Paimon's asleep?
Me? Absolutely not. Sergeant, huh? I could get used to that.
I am Feng Jin, leader of this Millelith platoon. Staff Officer Su Ding has mentioned you before, and had nothing but praise for your extraordinary talents. Our reports also list you as an honorary knight in the Knights of Favonius, granted captain-level authority in times of crisis. Therefore, it seems only appropriate to address you as Sergeant. But now that introductions are out of the way, let's get back to business. Please, come with me. We should meet with Lady Yuheng.
Wait, Keqing's here too? Huh. This situation must be more complicated than we thought. So much for solving this with one quick fight.
Lady Yuheng, as you predicted, the Traveler and her second-in-command are here to see you.
Long time no seeing you.
Good work, Feng Jin. It's been a while, you two. I see you're still chasing danger. The news has barely gone out, and here you are, first at the front line as ever.
Sergeant Li Huan, reporting for duty.
Let me start by giving you a brief background of the situation. For many years, this ley line deposit has been very stable. However, for reasons we've not yet determined, it recently became unusually active, which has led to an alarming surge in monster attacks. Worse still, eliminating the monsters seems to have no effect. The ley line disturbance remains, and anyone who comes into contact with it is transported to a strange domain. This is the first time we've seen this sort of anomaly.
Yikes! That's really weird. So, somehow, this ley line deposit is turned into a sort of teleport waypoint? And shouldn't you guys be calling from our backup? There's no way a camp this size can withstand an otherworldly invasion.
Please don't worry, Paimon. Our defenses are as stable as can be, and all units are elite officers who have served in the Guili Plains. With their experience, each one of them is easily worth 100 troops. Still, the longer this garrison stays up, the more costly it will be. If we don't find the source of the ley line disturbance soon, we run the risk of depleted resources and troop fatigue. Military action should be taken with precision and prudence. Every attack has to count. A passive defense is always a losing strategy.
That makes a lot of sense. Sitting around and waiting for the enemy to attack sounds like it would really suck.
Yes, which is why Yelan has taken a team to infiltrate and investigate the domain. They should be back in a few hours with the intel we need.
Few hours? I'm sorry. I would have taken my time if I had known the lady Yu Hang wanted to catch up with Li Huan in private. Hello, Yelan. You don't have a voice act.
Ah! Why'd you have to sneak up on us like that, Yelan?
You're back early. I'm guessing things didn't go according to plan.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that we now have a rough idea of what's going on. In short, this anomaly is a vestige of a past ley line disturbance. By examining on-site samples and cross-checking them against our war records, I was able to confirm that the ley lines are currently reenacting major historical battles inside the domain. This likely explains the monsters that managed to slip out too. We had our share of otherworldly invasions today, true. Another ley line disturbance, huh? Sounds familiar. Thought it might. My sources tell me that Mondstadt has experienced a similar phenomenon in the recent past. Fortunately, the situation never spiraled out of control, thanks to a relentless effort by a certain honorary knight and dark knight hero to keep the monsters at bay. This eventually depleted all the information stored in the ley line, after which it returned to normal. Basically, they waged a war of attrition and won.
Well, that explains why the ley line deposit is bright red. There was one just like it back then, too. Big and red and plump. Huh, like a juicy apple ripe for the picking.
Tell me about this honorary knight. Sounds like a cool person. I don't remember that. Maybe I really do work when Paimon's asleep. Yeah, I really do not remember that. I see what you are doing, Li Huan. Making light of the situation signals to the person trying to hire you that if they want you to take things seriously, they need to make you a serious offer. But don't worry, we won't disappoint you on that front.
You're starting to lose Paimon a little.
And the bad news, Yelan? Give it to us straight.
Sure. As you've already noticed, this ley line disturbance differs from previous cases in that defeating the monsters here in the outside world will not suffice. So unless we target the deepest recesses of this domain and defeat all the monsters lurking within, this battle could drag on forever. To complicate things further, there seems to be a strange set of rules at play in the domain. While we were inside, my team and I started to notice that something was working against us, forbidding us from reaching the core. Things went smoothly at first. We were collecting and analyzing items without too much trouble. But once we pushed deeper, the team was overcome with a sudden sense of weakness. They could no longer fight at full strength. I smell game mechanics. Meanwhile, the monsters only got stronger. Some of them even showed traits we've never observed before. It got pretty dicey at points. My verdict is we need to find someone highly resistant to ley line interference, who can look into the domain's rules undisturbed. If they led a squad inside, they could figure out how to navigate the environment, then strike at the heart of the domain, and quell this ley line disturbance once and for all. I see what you're doing. I'm the only viable candidate.
So to summarize, we have two options. The first is to strengthen our defenses, keep fending off the monster attacks, and hope the disturbance dies down in due course. Option 2 is to send the Traveler inside the domain with a team of troops to eliminate the disturbance at the source. Understood. I'll prepare for both courses of action. I'll need to contact Ningguang and request additional funding for our defenses. At the same time, I'll reach out to the Kayang to discuss manpower. We need to get our troops on rotation as soon as possible.
Hey, isn't this the part where you're supposed to tell us to get out there and give 'em what for?
Sorry, but peacekeeping in Liyue is a duty that belongs to the Millelith and the Qixing. It's my role as commander to keep my officers from taking on unnecessary risks. Plus, I don't want you taking this on all by yourself, for reasons both professional and personal. So if you don't want to get involved, I won't force you. I'll simply treat this like a long-term training exercise for the Millelith, with several platoons working in rotation to eliminate each wave of monsters.
Okay, you do that and I just leave.
Meanwhile, I'll have scouts keep up the intelligence-gathering work inside the domain. Once we understand it sufficiently well, we can put a strike team together to head in and neutralize the threat. Of course, if you do wish to participate, you'll have my full support and the entire garrison at your disposal. And once the leyline disturbance has been brought under control, I will review your record and compensate you accordingly.
I'll help for reasons both professional and personal. As a friend, I must stay and fight.
Paimon too! Whichever way you cut it, we can't sit this one out. We're allies of Liyue. We're the best adventurer duo around, and we're friends of Keqing and Yelan. Plus, we don't need to worry about being shortchanged. Keqing and Yelan will definitely make it worth their time.
That looks like determination to me. I like what I see. All right, here's how we're going to do this. Yelan, tell your team to prepare for another trip into the domain, this time with the Traveler joining them.
Not so fast. I need some time to think this through. The situation at the site is in constant fluctuation, so we can't just go rushing in. We have to time it just right. Li Huan, take this time to rest up and assemble your A-team. Be ready for anything. This will be a fierce battle. A fiercer battle than most. My A-team, huh? Well, if you want me to just do as much damage as possible, then it's gotta be this one. Yeah, not this weapon. Everybody else should have their weapon. Now's the perfect time. If we seize this chance, we should be able to go deeper into the domain's core. Of course, that's assuming we can figure out the rules along the way, as well as how to deal with our foes.
Keep your eyes peeled and your blades ready. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, and look out for one another. Remember, whenever the situation takes a turn for the worse, it never hurts to retreat and regroup. Don't go pushing yourselves too hard, all right? With that said, I await your triumphant return.
And a triumphant return you shall have.
Yeah! We'll be back with good news for the both of you!
Stygian Onslaught. What a name. Well, it doesn't hurt to just touch it. You must select a difficulty for Stygian Onslaught challenges. As the difficulty increases, the challenges will start featuring leyline disturbances, which affect combat. Your opponents will also grow trickier to deal with. Instantly don't recognize what I'm looking at here. Completing a more difficult challenge will also let you obtain the rewards from the difficulties below that one. After you enter a challenge, you must head to 3 separate battlefields and complete 3 time-limited battles. Oh, this is probably just a boss, I don't remember. The challenge is considered completed for this difficulty once all opponents in the battlefield are beaten. You can invite teammates to take part in co-op challenges while in co-op mode. When multiple players enter the challenge, your opponent's combat power will change to that of the corresponding co-op difficulty and will not continue to change based on the number of players doing the challenge. Co-op challenge results will be recorded separately and you can check said records at any time. However, only single-player mode challenge records can be displayed. Oh, so this is a mode that can be played in co-op. Don't think that's true for any other big modes in the game. Select difficulty. Normal, advancing, hard, menacing, fearless. Okay. Just checking the differences in text. Defeat powerful foes on 3 battlefields. Exalted ones will receive an eminent boon. During the disturbance outbreak, you can complete battles to claim special rewards. Oh, okay. Special rewards are only on hard. I see. In challenges on hard difficulty or higher, after completing each battle you can claim the corresponding rewards from the selected domain of blessing. Are these just the ones we know, or are these all new? No, okay, they are ones we know. Interesting. I don't have any specific to go for right now, so we're just gonna do normal. And rewards are Primo Gems. Lots of them. Hydro Tulpa will absorb half Tulpa's. Water has a disadvantage. Fire has an advantage. That emerges during the challenge at intervals to enhance itself. Use attacks or elemental reactions to destroy half Tulpas in time or freeze them to interrupt this absorption. Okay. Lava Dragon Statue. Normal. There's 2 forms. Its initial form possesses higher all. Oh, this is the. We learned about that recently. After it takes a certain number of pyro instances, it will enter its second form and stuff. I'm seeing that Hydro is disadvantaged against all of these. Gladly, my team uses Hydro, but not in that way. Secret Source Automaton Overseer Device will enter Sweeper mode while in combat. All rest is increased. It will lose flow movement after taking cryo damage. Okay. I feel so alone out here. In normal, advancing, and hard challenges, you can adjust your party composition before every battle, and there are no character restrictions. In co-op mode, the leader shall select and start the challenge. Press the button on the left side of the minimap to review challenge information. Okay, so what was the first one? Fire has an advantage. Breeze sounds more like it has an advantage. But you do you. Oh, and we get... Wait, are those my characters? It seems like those are my characters. What's Exalted? These characters will have their max HP, attack, defense increased by 20% during the challenge. I see. And understand. Cannot really... Okay, I can check weapons. And switch weapons. Let's see how well this goes.
Get to work! Lola, get them! Dumpy Dumpy!
One with nature.
Oh. Normal might be a little too easy. Just a feeling. Fire has an advantage, you say? No, wait. We're looking at the wrong one. Didn't go so well for you.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Nice and spicy!
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Hey, this one did not just take
Remember,
8 seconds.
first.
Took full 19 seconds. I think we're gonna have a triumphant return. Cryo. No. Do I need healing? Very scary question.
My apologies.
I don't think I needed healing. 6 seconds. Challenge records will be saved. You can continue the challenge the next time you enter. Okay.
This domain is messed up. wonder even Yelan found it dicey.
Yeah, it's messed up. I feel bad for the enemies.
Which major historical battle do you think is being reenacted here? Feels like one where most soldiers would be way out of their depths.
Maybe it's the Archon War. Or the Canrian Cataclysm, perhaps? Still have that on your mind, I see.
Hopefully not. Surely not right. Please tell Paimon you're exaggerating.
Ah, you're back.
And by the look on your face, I'm guessing this is a triumphant return after all.
Sure is. But it was really, really scary in there.
Yeah.
Incredible. You did very well to brave all of that and still emerge victorious. Good work.
They looked scary, but they kinda weren't. After you entered the domain, there was a sharp drop in stray monsters out here. Problem is solved. And although you didn't eliminate the root of the problem, it's plain to see you've weakened the lane line disturbance considerably.
Which means you've weakened the monsters as well. Now any rank-and-file soldiers can comfortably fend them off.
Or they could enter the domain and get a taste of real danger.
Why do you sound weirdly excited about this? Don't go getting too bloodthirsty.
This is a bloodthirsty look.
Oh, one other thing. We received a response from Yujing Terrace. Both the Tianxuan and the Kaiyang have agreed to establish a long-term partnership with the Traveler. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we may even be able to turn this ley line disturbance to our advantage. Moving forward, you'll have the full support of this garrison. While the disturbance remains active, the Millelith will take care of any monsters that escape from the domain, using the opportunity to hone their combat skills. You, of course, are free to enter the domain if you so wish.
We've turned the tables on this situation. What started as a potential crisis is now a major asset to Millelith recruits. Great news! I'll keep giving it my all. With the immediate danger gone, our support as needed.
Ah, that's a big weight off our shoulders. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, ley lines are pretty fascinating things, aren't they? If only there was a way to grab them and shake all the secrets out. Or, who knows? Maybe one day we'll run into some smart cookie who hands us a big thick book called Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Ley Lines.
Ley lines sure are interesting. And I guess that's the whole quest surrounding this. Introducing this new game mode. So yeah, that just gives me that. And if I want all the Primo Gems, I need to at least beat it on hard. Let's see how hard is. How many seconds is that gonna take? Yeah, I don't really have any of these I need right now. So, same general idea, I guess. Is this what I did? Let's see if it still goes well.
Show no mercy! Luma, get them!
to the wind.
Get to work!
Nice and spicy.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Fulfill our pact! Show no mercy! You two! Time to end them!
Yeah. Roll them all up. Dumpty dumpty go. Hey-ya! Out of the frying pan, it's...
The wind knows me.
Yeah. Ooh.
Clouds high. The birds call.
It was longer, but if I need to do all three within 600 seconds, yeah, I'm good in time. Alley of Deep Gullies. It just gives stuff. I think this is the one I'm most worried about out of these three.
Nice and spicy.
Let's light it up! Huh? Yeah! Everybody stand back!
Committed to memory. Yeah, out of the frying pan, into the fire.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Hey! Yeah, Boba, get them!
Get out of here!
Sharing my knowledge. Grill, you're toast! The doctor will see.
Let's light it up! I'm going in! Huh. Huh. Huh.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Nice and spicy.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Just fine.
Strike a pose! Take flight! My apologies!
Allow me.
Let my name echo in song! Yoo-hoo! Whirling snow, Kamisato art, Sumetsu! Yeah! You two! Time to end them!
Billowing surge.
Take flight!
Yeah, this one I still feel bad about. So about my rewards. Yeah, all good. For every 120 dire prestige, you will earn an additional 5-star artifact. Sure. And now we could do menacing and then fearless and okay, understood. And I'm assuming this is gonna reset weekly, or how's this gonna go? Unsure. Doesn't look like it's saying anywhere. Oh. Time remaining 8 days. Yeah, okay. Not quite weekly, monthly, I guess. And with that, we have done good, I would say. What else is there in this version of Genshin Impact? Chanting at the ley lines. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Stygian Onslaught. A strange ley line disturbance has once again appeared. Time remaining 32 days. Maybe it's not a thing that stays forever, huh? Maybe this is just an event. Then there is an event, which seems to be mostly mini-games this time around. Maybe we'll take a look at it on the next stream. Traveler's Tales returns, which is where we can find friends randomly strewn about the map and talking to them. We did a few of those last time it was here. And then there is the Crystallina chapter, which is a new character story quest for the new character in this version of the game. And that will be the main thing of next time. Can we find any of these easily? Quite the selection
First,
to end things off on. Well, here's one. Oh, fittingly, it's the one we had on the team today. It's so hot. So it's still too much. But this dish doesn't taste any good if left to cool for too long. Should have done this with voice acting enabled. Oh, taste testing. Nihuan, you're here. Kirara just delivered a bunch of fresh fish from Inazuma. I was just thinking that since she came all this way, I should make some piping hot Liyue cuisine for her. After all, a bit of heat is worth 3 fresh ingredients. So good. Hot. So good. Meow. Hot, hot, hot. Please don't feel obligated. We've got plenty of cold dishes here in Liyue. 2, I can whip one up for you. This boiled fish really is delicious. I want to try some more. Ooh, cold water. Soak it in some cold water. Cool it off first. Meow. Still too hot. Too spicy. So she's got a cat tongue after all. Take it easy. Here, quick, put this rice ball in your mouth. Dad says it's helped with the spiciness. Meow! It's a bit better. Let me think. What are some good choices for cold dishes? Wow. This onigiri is great too. Just as delicious as Granny's. Sweet and sour. That's a given. I added steamed potatoes and sweet flowers, as well as dried plums and berries. Why'd you eat it already? Tongue! My tongue! It's on fire! Hot, 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 hot! Only helps with the spiciness while it's in your mouth. Quick, here's another. And this time, don't just scarf it down. I'm sad that didn't get voice acted. So yeah, if we do more of these, I'll have to turn on Japanese again, I guess. And as last time, we're probably gonna meet everybody multiple times. Next time, we add that, but we add pepper.
Relaxing days like this are
Or what makes pepper
Let's take it easy.
sharp, hot, spicy. Yeah. But for today, we are really done now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. I don't know what awaits us. But it's probably gonna be good. Probably gotta cool us down after this hot food as well.